Mark Haynes. This is CNN.
And it is now time for Hot Wired. Renee San Miguel is here to talk about the future of computer technology. Renee?
That is, with one of the giants in the industry. Before companies like Intel start crunching out their computer chips, they first put in a call to Applied Materials, the world's biggest maker of the machines and products that make the chips.
There are a lot of new products coming out. There are a lot of new device designs. And so, you know, we make the equipment, large equipment that makes the little chips. You know, every customer around the world is trying to move their production technology to the next, what we call production node. With these newer displays, active matrix display, like is on this compact iPack machine, we're actually using this as part of the World Forum to do our scheduling and planning, downloading information, and that's even a good. We're beginning to use this type of product in the factories as part of our work.
A cutting-edge facility, it says, will move the firm into the future. It's called the Process Module Technology Center, reportedly the industry's most advanced way to make state-of-the-art chips. The 166,000 square foot facility is in Sunnyvale, California.
Well, I think there are many process steps in a semiconductor production line, and so we have introduced over 50 machines this past year.
半导体业景气还没有明显的复苏，应用材料的投资脚步却没有中断。继去年12月大手笔在桃园设立亚洲区物流中心之后，星期四又在加州成立新的科技中心。印材执行长 James Morgan 在接受专访的时候指出，印材之所以在景气低迷之际还做如此重大的投资。
Good evening. You're watching E on CNBC. I'm Eunice Yoon. Applied Materials goes beyond its market reach to tout its inside-the-box role. We'll review its first ever global branding campaign coming up in Brand E.
Already a marquee name in the chip industry, Applied Materials now wants its voice heard by the rest of the world.
We have maybe 100 customers, the great chip makers in the world, but we have 2 billion end users. We touch so many products and so many lives around the world.
What are the technologies, the instruments that a consumer is going to buy that are going to help you sell more?
Well, of course, as you look at some of these newer cell phone approaches, new PDAs, there's there's going to be a transition in the PC market here over the next few years. So there's just an enormous expansion. I mean, chips are being used in almost everything today.
And Applied Materials is a company whose name may not be as well known as some of the other big technology companies around the world, but their products are in almost every electronic gadget you use. Well, earlier I spoke to the chairman and chief executive of the company, Jim Morgan, who was, not surprisingly, in bullish form.
Well, for more, we're joined by Jim Morgan, Chief Executive of Applied Materials, joining us live from San Francisco. Mr. Morgan, good afternoon. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Good morning.
James Morgan is Applied Materials Chairman and CEO. He joins us now live from Stanford, California. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Morgan, and congratulations on your earnings report.
President Jiang Zemin and 600 corporate honchos from around the world in Hong Kong today. Among those attending, Applied Materials Chairman and CEO Jim Morgan, who calls himself a friend of Zemin and whose chip equipment business is certainly a very big friend of China.
After the break, Lou is joined by James Morgan, CEO of Applied Materials.
We are joined from Shanghai by James Morgan, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Applied Materials.
先生是美国应用材料公司的董事长兼首席执行官。这家公司在中国有4家分公司，
为中国总部成立剪彩。美国应用材料公司是世界上规模最大的半导体生产设备和服务供应商。
Joining us live from the Waldorf Astoria is Jim Morgan, CEO of Applied Materials. Mr. Morgan, good to have you with us.
Hi, nice to be here, man.
Applied will roll out brand new machines that will use a layer of atoms to build the next generation of chips.
We have decades ahead for the use of these technologies.
For the chip business, today may be gloomy, but the future, if you believe its leaders, will be bright.
Especially this morning, a lot of discussion about the tiny etchings on the tiny chip. I mean, where are we headed here, and what ultimately are the applications for the device that you're currently working on?
Well, right now, the industry is just moving from essentially 0.15 manufacturing technology or line widths to a node which we call 0.13. And that's just in the early stages of production. About 6% of the world's capacity is at that level. So this is just the beginning of what we call the three waves: new technology, new materials, and of course a 300mm size wafer. So that's the current production transition. If we look ahead, there's products like this that's coming out in November, this Acer tablet, which is really a PC that you can write on, and so it doesn't require, or you can use a keyboard either. Either of those work well on this. So that's just one of the many new applications that are going to improve productivity.